An incarcerated individual's use of institutional telephones constitutes consent, and your calls may be provided to law enforcement agencies. Thank you for using Securus.
Welcome, folks. It's Friday night, and it's time for the grand jury. How you looking tonight, Big Ron? Excited about this week? You guys aren't getting any ice down there, are you? In Florida, you guys are staying pretty warm.
You know, it's a little warm today. I think the temperature today was a nice balmy 83 with some high humidity. So no, I don't think we're going to be getting anything like everybody else is.
Okay, yeah. Now we're not talking about you when we talk about the Snowmageddon or the Ice-mageddon, depending on where you're at. But I'm in North Texas. We're going to get it. It's like our floating holiday. It's like the Christmas holiday that's not really on the calendar, but it's just going to happen one time a year. But that's happening to us. So we're expecting some snow. Only thing I'm worried about is losing power. There's a little window there that things could get a little dicey. If we don't lose power, it's going to be a great next 3 or 4 days. If we do lose power, it's going to be a little rough. But hey, folks, it's Friday night. It's time for the grand jury, the live stream that does a grand jury game show style. So as you know, each Friday night, we take 5 volunteers from the social media platform X, and we ask them to review use of force videos, police use of force videos to be specific, through the lens of a grand jury. And tonight, as every night, every Friday night, we've got our volunteers, and let's introduce them. Let's see who we've got tonight. We've got Margot. Margot, there you are. Margot, I know you from X, and you're in Spaces, and you're pretty active in the North Carolina area. Am I right about that?
You are correct. I live in Western North Carolina, far Western North Carolina, about 14 miles on the border of Tennessee and Georgia. But I work most exclusively on politics, and mostly conservative politics in North Carolina. We do a podcast twice a week, and it is streamed live on X. And I also host the Punch Bowl every once in a while. I used to do it daily, but I have so much going on right now. I just can't do it. But we love Bishop, and we love the Punch Bowl.
I tell you what, doing a daily show is it's time consuming. It takes something to do, without a doubt. But we appreciate you. Actually, Margot, you and I have talked about this before. You're one of those that has been reluctant. Honestly, I think our timing's always been off. But I'm glad to have you tonight, and real pleased that you're finally doing it with us.
Well, thank you for having me. I wanted to give a shout out to Kay Daly. She called me and said, "You need to get on this show." And I was like, "What show?"
My girl Kay, there she is there. I love Kay Daly, I tell you what. And you know what? She is probably the one of the biggest advocates that we have for the show. She appreciates it, and we appreciate her. So thank you. We also have, we've got Legend CAPP, all caps. What does that mean, sir?
That stands for California Patriot Project. And that is a community of, actually today, it crossed the 2,000 threshold of 2,000 California Patriots in the California Patriot Project. And we have governor candidates come into our spaces live pretty regularly on Monday nights at 7 and Wednesday nights at 7. And we usually talk for about 3 hours. We do hot seats, community spaces. We'll be doing events across California. So I personally, my background is doing overpass rallies, freeway Trump trains with the flags, basically just being a part of the Patriot movement for the last.
So you guys are trying to do something about this mess out there in California?
We've been trying. We're working on it. We're basically at the Patriot Project. We've come to the realization that the GOP has left us to basically wallow in the fires that Gavin Newsom throws in our directions, both literally and figuratively. And both parties have left left the people in California. So California Patriot Project is basically something where the people can come together and have good conversations about the issues in California and share information and basically fight for the state.
Man, it's good. I'm glad to hear that you guys are trying to work on that out there, because from the Texas side looking in, I actually lived in California for a short period of time. I was stationed at Fort Irwin, California. So it'd be nice to see that place get back to some reasonable sense, I would think. I don't think you guys are there right now, in my opinion, but I don't live there. And I think, as Jefferson said to somebody from New York, how is somebody from New York to tell me how to live in Virginia? So how am I, somebody from Texas, to tell you guys how to live there in California? But it doesn't look fun. I'll tell you that. It doesn't look like it's a good time.
It's pretty rough. It's pretty rough, but you know what? It's a beautiful state and it's worth fighting for. And Patriots in California aren't the running type. We want to stay and fight for what's ours.
We're behind you, but we got a different order of business tonight, and I need to get on to it. Let's introduce our next juror. That's Kristen. Welcome, Kristen.
Hello. Thank you. Hello, everybody. Hope everyone's staying warm out there tonight. Safe traveling and stocked up for this crazy storm. Thank you for the invite. I'm glad to be here and excited for what's to come.
We're glad to have you. And I'm sorry, did I cut you off? Go ahead.
Oh, no, you're all good. Thank you.
No, we're glad to have you tonight. And you folks that volunteered to spend your Friday night, it's a Friday night I'm asking for. And I'm asking for, 2 hours. Actually, for those of you who don't know, I'm asking for 2.5 hours. So when you guys do this for us, it really means a lot for us, and we appreciate it. So thank you, and thank you for being here. Let's go to Land of Illusion. Now, Land of Illusion has been on here before, but tonight we've had some maybe snow follies have gotten in the way, but we've got a little problem, some missing jurors tonight. So Land of Illusion's filling in, but this is your second time doing it, right, Land?
Yeah, I'm happy to do it. I was very excited to get the ask, and I appreciate it. It's a great show. I learned a lot. I'm excited to do it again. I'm with Margot in North Carolina, not near her, but we're in North Carolina waiting for the storm.
She's going to get more snow than I do.
Yeah. Well, I think they keep changing it, Margot. It's like every 10 seconds it's different. But no, you can find me on X and TikTok maybe once in a blue moon anymore, because I'm kind of I have a last chance on there, so I don't visit it much. I visit every night Southern Space. I'm sure you all know Southern. Everything and Nothing. It's a fun space with everything and nothing. That's what we talk about. So it's great to be here. I appreciate it. Thank you.
You know what? I'm glad that you mentioned that, because that is a good space. I'll come in there and just listen sometimes. It's always something going on. It's always something interesting. Yeah, you're right about that.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's good.
Now, last but not least is Muru. And I'll be honest with you, I'm not sure who Muru is. We kind of put out a call for some stand-in jurors tonight. But Muru, introduce yourself to myself and our audience.
What's going on, everybody? I've been trying to get on this show a couple times. I'm Corey Brooks' friend up in Illinois here. So I've been trying to get on, and I guess it ain't been working out, but I'm here tonight.
You shouldn't have come in there. That name Corey Brooks is not going to get you far in this crowd, my friend.
Oh, trust me, I'm his right hand. I'm used to it.
Hey, man, it's glad to have you. Thank you for stepping in. I know it was at the last minute there, and without you, you think about it, folks, we can't do a 4-person jury. But let's get on with it, folks. We got Big Ron. Big Ron's our court clerk, if you will, or our producer tonight. He's a retired Navy veteran. Big Ron, tell the folks about yourself.
Good evening, everybody, and that is me. I am Big Ron, tonight's producer / clerk Kirk. 20-year Navy vet. Haze grain underway. Love working on jets. The bourbon is cold. The cigar is lit. The jurors are seated. Looks like all the videos are loaded. The chat is rolling. Got a good show tonight. It's nice and warm here in Florida, so let's kick it off, Joe.
Let's do it. And as with any good grand jury, we have our expert witness. We've got Jason, a retired 30-year veteran of Minnesota law enforcement. And he's also the developer of the 3D Response School Safety System. Jason, introduce yourself.
Yeah, just retired last summer. Spent my entire adult life in a patrol car and working undercover narcotics, and Working as a school resource officer, active shooter instructor, investigations, sergeant, lieutenant, and blah, blah, blah. Since retiring, I'm focusing on my time on keeping our kids safe in schools and getting 3D response in as many schools as we can. So.
Without a doubt, folks, he's our expert witness tonight. There'll be points that you may be able to ask him questions. I'll tell you, I keep him on a pretty tight leash. If Jason says, I think it should have been this way, that's where juries usually go. So I want genuine decisions from you guys tonight. So I do put the reins on Jason a bit, but we always go to him after the case, and he can give you his law enforcement critique on the different videos that we'll watch. But let's get down to it. Enough of the pleasantries, enough of the introductions. We're here for something, and it's here for a mock grand jury. A grand jury is unlike a trial jury, like most of us have seen on television or in movies. The jury you see there is a criminal trial jury. They have different rules. That jury has to be convinced beyond a reasonable doubt. That jury cannot ask questions. You've never seen a jury stand up to a witness and say, hey, go back over that again. You've never heard that because they're not allowed to. A criminal jury is not even allowed to discuss it when they go on breaks amongst each other until the judge gives them their instructions and allows them to do so. That's how rigid a trial jury is. And that jury has to be convinced beyond a reasonable doubt. That's a pretty high standard. That means when they lay their head down at night after they convicted someone or they found someone not guilty, they'll sleep well because they were convinced beyond a reasonable doubt. In other words, the only doubt I could have would be completely unreasonable, like Martians came down and did it. That's how high the standard is for a trial jury. But unlike a trial jury, a grand jury can ask questions. They can review evidence. They can hold the evidence. They can ask to see the video back and forth as it's being played. It's a very informal setting, but a grand jury can do this. A grand jury only has to be convinced to the level of probable cause. And probable cause is simply this: more likely than not, something is or something isn't. It's simply that. More likely than not is the level that we're asking you to be convinced tonight. We ask that you are convinced by only the evidence that we present to you, not any other life experiences or other incidents or things that you may have seen in maybe videos on X or the news. We only ask you to review the videos that we present to you tonight, and you act as a reasonable person and use the reasonable person standard, which is quite simply a reasonable person is not the smartest guy in the room. It's not the dumbest guy in the room. If we're talking about law enforcement officers, it's not day one rookie, and it's not Jason, 30-year veteran. It's that somewhere in the mean. Every officer, in fact, it's the standard that you should expect to get when you make contact with even the shittiest officer that you ever met. It's the very basics is what you're asking. That's the reasonable person. We're going to ask that you review the evidence and make a decision whether the force used was reasonable. In this case would be a no bill, or a not reasonable, in this case would be a true bill, by just determining whether, with a set of circumstances available to the actor, in this case it would be police officers, available to the actor at the time, was the force they used, was it reasonable? And you have to do this without the benefit of hindsight, which means that you can't go back and say, well, later it was a toy gun, so it really never presented a threat. You're not able to decide that. You can't use the hindsight as a portion of that, as a portion to make your decision. So quite simply, objectively review the evidence, and just the evidence that we present tonight is what we're asking you. We've gone over what a reasonable person is. We can understand what probable cause are, and I help you with the deliberations. You have any questions, we're right here. Remember, a grand jury is informal. You guys can ask questions. We let you drink on this grand jury. In fact, we encourage it most Fridays. Funny. So the rules of the game: 3 out of 5 votes wins the day. Unlike a criminal jury, trial jury, you have to be unanimous. Everybody has to agree. Only 3 out of 5 of you have to agree. A jury may have 1 or 2 findings tonight: a true bill, which would be the force was unreasonable and most likely formal charges. You think it was criminal. Or no bill, which would be no formal charges. And remember, the grand jury is something that U.S. citizens enjoy. No other citizen of any other nation enjoys this. It is not a method to prosecute citizens. Your client, if you will, are the accused. You're there to be the civilian gate that the government has to pass through prior to them putting their foot on someone's neck and getting formal charges where they go before a judge and they have to get themselves out on bond. If their liberty is truly going to be contested. You are the gate for that, and we ask that you be a reasonable person. We ask that you be convinced more likely than not, which is probable cause. Do we have any questions? Anything you'd like for me to go over again?
Sounds good to me.
All right, Big Ron, you know what time it is. Let's do the first case.
Sounds like it's time for the first case.
All right, I'm going to pause it here for a second because if you're on a phone, it may be difficult to read. On Sunday, November 2nd, 2025, at approximately 7 p.m., officers with the Salisbury Police Department, SPD, were attempting to locate a suspect in a homicide that occurred earlier that same day. During a search of the area, SPD officers located the suspect in the driveway of a residence at the 700 block of Jefferson Street in Salisbury. The following body-worn camera begins during the search for the suspect. And guys, this was a long video, so you're not getting, the 45 minutes where they were running through the neighborhood with the dog. So you're just going to get the action parts here. But this is what they're there. The person that they're looking for and the person they're going to encounter is wanted for a homicide that occurred earlier that day where one woman was shot and one man was dead.
Check lights. Show me your hands! Show me your hands! Go ahead, go now! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Show me your hands! Show me your hands!
Hands up now! Get on the ground!
Turn up!
Walk towards me! Okay. Now!
Sir, I'm right here. Hold on, it's the lady. Don't harm the lady.
Keep your hands in the air now!
This is my phone. Don't harm the lady.
Walk towards me!
There's nothing in my pocket.
Just listen to instructions!
Now!
Okay. Can you
Keep
just
your
come
hands
and
in
get
the
me?
air!
Come and get me.
Come towards me! Do it now!
Can you please come get me?
No!
Walk towards me! Do it now!
The lady is in here crying.
Keep your hands up!
My hands up, sir.
Hands up, move!
I'm not
move! Do not move!
I'm not. I just don't want the lady to get hurt.
Hands up! Hands up now!
I got less lethal.
Hands up now! Hands up now! Hands up! Hands off! Both of you!
It's not loaded.
Yeah! Get your hands up!
Come.
Keep your hands up! Hands up!
Ma'am, back here. Back here.
Hands up now! Get your hands up now!
Sir, my hands are up.
Walk towards me!
My hands are up.
You're not listening!
I am, sir.
Walk towards me!
Aaron,
Walk to me!
Hands up now!
my hands are up.
Get your hands
Walk!
No, my hands are up.
Shots fired, start EMS. Shots fired, start EMS.
Don't harm the lady.
Walk towards me!
Something in my pocket.
Walk towards me now!
Okay. If you just come and get me. Come and get me.
Come towards me! Do it now!
Can you please come get me?
No! Walk towards me! Do it now!
The lady is in here crying.
Keep your hands up.
My hands are up, sir.
Do not move.
I'm not.
Do not move. Do not move.
I'm not.
Come out of the car.
I just don't want the lady to get hurt. She has nothing to do with this.
Hands up
Keep your
now!
hands up. There's a gun right there. Go. Back up from the gun. Back up from the gun. Back up.
It's not loaded.
Back up from the gun now.
It's not loaded, sir.
Step back.
Okay, sir.
Step back.
Sir, can I call my mom, please?
Step back from the fucking gun. Step back.
My hands are up.
I
I am, sir.
You reach for this gun, you will die.
I'm gonna tase him.
Here. Step back.
My hands are up.
I'll tase him.
No, my hands Shots fired. You all right? Hands! Shoot me your fucking hands! Hands! Come back!
Hey.
Watch him. Show me your hands! Show me your fucking hands! Hands out! Crossfire, here. Crossfire!
Back out. We got it. Back out.
Show us your hands.
Sorry, back out.
Show us your hands.
Back out.
Okay, folks, that's your first case. Are there any portions of the video that you'd like to see again, or any questions that you have?
I have a question. Was the gun on the hood of the car? Is that what he reached for? I
I
couldn't.
believe it was, yes.
Okay, that's what I needed to know.
But it
Can
wasn't
we-
loaded. He did say that.
I would like to see. I'd like to see the first, second video again. Yeah.
He did say it was not loaded, but how do they know that?
Because he told him it wasn't loaded. Did y'all not see the video? I saw it.
Well, but he
Yeah,
is
there's
a
still no
specimen.
reason to
just,
grab for the gun though.
You
I
want
just-
hang on, Margo. You want to see the body worn camera too? The second engagement? Or the
Yes,
second portion of
I
it? Okay.
do. Kristen,
go.
is that what you want to see too?
Yeah, I want to see both of them. I don't,
You
the
wanna see the whole thing
patience
again?
of these officers. I mean, the guy, he didn't have his hands up. They tell him over and over and over and over, and he's
Hang
like,
on, hang on,
reaching
guys.
for shit
We're not the
whole
deliberation.
time.
Hang on, hang on.
It's really hard for me to watch.
Pump the
It's
brakes
just
for a second. We're
really
not the
frustrating.
deliberation phase. We're
All
just
right.
we're just reviewing evidence. We'll go
All
into
right,
the
all right, all right.
deliberation phase. By the way, folks, I'm going to put you on a 10-minute clock when it's deliberating. You won't
Okay.
be, you have to get to the points when we're doing it at 10 for that.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to show you body worn camera, the action portion of body worn camera 2, and then we'll go back and see body worn camera 1 again. Here we go.
Thank you.
Towards me now! Okay, if you just come and get me, come and get me. Come towards me. Do it now. Can you please come get me? No! Walk towards me. Do it now. The lady is in here crying. Keep your hands up. My hands are up, sir. Do not move. I'm not. Do not move. Do not move. I'm not. Come out of the car. I just don't want the lady to get hurt. She has nothing to do with this. Keep your hands up.
There's a gun right there. Go. Back up from the gun. Back up from the gun. Back up.
It's not loaded.
Back up from the gun now.
It's not loaded, sir.
Step back.
Okay, sir.
Step back.
Sir, can I call my mom, please?
Step back from the fucking gun.
Step the fuck.
Step back.
My hands are up. I'm gonna tase him. I am, sir.
You reach for this gun, you will die.
I'm gonna tase him.
Here. Step back.
My hands are up.
I'll tase him.
No, my hands are up.
Oh,
Shots fired. You all right?
Okay, that is body worn camera 2. Let's go to body camera 3. I'm sorry, 1. Now 1 is a witness, by the way. This officer doesn't actually engage, but his camera's in a spot to be able to witness the engagement.
Show me your hands.
Hands up now. Get on the ground.
Turn up.
Sir. Walk towards me. Okay. Now. Sir, I'm right here. Hold on, it's the lady. Don't harm the lady. Keep your hands in the air now. This is my phone. Don't harm the lady. Walk towards me. There's nothing in my pocket.
Just listen to instructions.
Me now. Okay. Can you keep your hands in the air? Come and get me. Come towards me. Do it now. Can you please come get me?
No.
Walk towards me. Do it now. The lady is in here crying. Keep your hands up. My hands are up, sir. Hands up. Move. I'm not. Do not move. I'm not. I just don't want the lady to get hurt. Hands up. Hands up now.
I got less lethal.
Hands up now. Hands up now. Hands up. Hands off. Both of you. It's not loaded. Yeah. Get your hands up.
Come.
Keep your hands up. Hands up.
Ma'am, back here. Back here.
Hands up now. Get your hands up now. Sir, my hands are up. Walk towards me. My hands up.
You're not listening.
I am, sir.
Walk towards me.
Aaron.
Walk to me.
Hands up now. My hands are up. Get your hands
Walk.
No, my hands are up.
fired. Start EMS. Shots fired. Start EMS.
Okay, that's body worn camera 2 point of view. Did everyone get a better look at that? And we ready to start deliberating?
It's triggering.
Oh, we're just getting
Yeah.
started. I never start with the best. This is a warm up.
Thank you for
Warning
reclaiming
us.
it.
Thanks for warning us.
I'm ready.
Okay, the Big Ron, let's put up a clock. All right, I'm going to go to, you know what, Cap, I'm coming to you first. What's your initial impression of what you've seen here?
You know what? It was an unfortunate situation, but they tried to get him to walk away. They were yelling at him to walk away. Regardless if the gun was empty or loaded, the last thing that you're going to do in a situation when you have 5 officers pointing fucking guns at you is grab for the gun. It's the last thing you do. You're going to get shot. So, I mean, it's really, really unfortunate, you know, and I mean, I hate to see, I would love to have seen somebody hit him with a taser. That would have been freaking great. But I mean, in that moment, that guy could have, if that gun was loaded, that guy, as far as those officers knew, was
Let me ask you
a
this.
second away from shooting them.
Well, let me ask you this. The guy said that the gun wasn't loaded.
Sure, why not? Yeah, it's not loaded. But yeah, if it's not loaded, why you got to grab for it anyway?
It's not loaded, it doesn't matter, right?
Well, no, it matters because you're grabbing for a firearm
Okay.
when you're in a charged situation with officers. That's the last thing that you should do is grab for a firearm, especially when they're yelling at you, come to me, you're not listening, come to me.
So
I
it
mean,
sounds like you're leaning towards this being reasonable force by the officer.
well,
maybe in
it's
that-
an unfortunate force, you know. I mean, but I mean, I guess it had to be. You know, I mean, it's really, really a fucked situation. I'm sure that those cops didn't want to be in that situation. But I mean, if it's shoot or be shot, the guy's picking up for the gun. He can tell you. I mean, criminals lie, man.
I tell you
It's
what,
a
Cap,
reality. Criminals lie.
I'm going to give everybody another opportunity at this. I just want your initial impression. I don't
Yeah.
need the whole argument
All right.
right now. So just
Okay.
let me get to a Muru. I'll come back to you because you'll be surprised. Somebody may say something that
Yeah, it might
puts you in a
might
different
sway
direction.
me. I mean, yeah,
Let's-
I mean, I'm not.
let's give an opportunity.
My mind's easily changed. You know, I listen to reason.
You bet. Amuru. Am I saying your name correctly? Right?
Amaru.
Amaru. I'm sorry. What's your initial impression on the video?
Ooh. A lot of barking orders from the police. From it wasn't no lead command, like no lead officer giving instruction. Because one officer like back up, the other officer come forward. Hey, don't put your hand down. It was a lot of barking, and from the second body cam, the light's so bright you can't see if he actually touched the weapon. He did reach, and he had orders not to touch. So I'm gonna go with it was a rifle shoot.
So you're leaning towards a no bill on it as well.
Yes.
All right. Well, y'all about to get schooled. I'm going to Margot. Margot, tell them how it's about. What's your initial impression on this?
Well, I think he was warned more than one time. I don't like the way this played out. There were way too many people barking orders and they weren't very congruent. But
Let me ask you guys this. You guys have mentioned this several times.
But that's a high stress situation.
Let me ask this question. Do you think that we just bring citizens chosen by their voter registration card and we bring them and set them and then ask them, like, what do you think some good police procedures are?
No.
Then that's kind of my point. A grand jury won't make these this is something that a police review board will do, a police chief, a
Right.
sheriff,
I'm just giving
some
my
sort of
opinion.
investigation.
But I
Well, I
believe
get
but to me, since you asked me my opinion, I think safety first for the officers. They're putting their lives on the line every night. If they tell you to stop and put your hands up, you put your hands up and you get on the ground. If they tell you to come to you, you go, you come. If you reach for a gun, you're dead.
My point in bringing that up, Margot, is that if grand juries did seat and they go into things that we're not really asking questions and that helps develop their opinion on what it is, it's not fair because the same grand jury that the police officer would go to in Texas anyway, The same grand jury that the police officer is going to go to justify a homicide is the same grand jury I would have to go to as a citizen doing the same thing. I'm held to the same standard. And I don't want someone saying, well, on the way you handled the gun there on a range, you shouldn't have been able to do that. So therefore you must be careless. And maybe this is not a good shoot. I think it's dangerous when we get into the policies, because really it's just an opinion and we're asking you to be objective. And I'm not chastising you. I'm just honestly, in a grand jury, a prosecutor runs those, and you could be talking. Somebody would kind of square you away when you get sideways.
Is it so? It's sideways to have an opinion.
It's sideways
I've
to
never been on
deliberate
one, so I
about.
don't know.
Well, I'm saying this, and this it sounds like I'm jumping. I love you, Margo. I'm not doing that at all. Here's what I'm saying. I'm saying that if you use your personal opinion to make the decision, is that a reasonable person? And I say this because it's a constitutional right given to us by the Fourth Amendment to have objective reasonableness in deciding these cases. And so it's like a constitutional right, and it's the citizen's duty, the grand jury's duty to do that.
Well, I believe that this situation, there's no bail or whatever you call it. No
bill. So I mean,
No
you're
bill.
leaning towards, and I think you were leaning that way all along, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, I haven't seen anything change that. A no bill. All right, let's go to Kristen.
Hello. Hi. I don't know where to start. Do you have a question? Yeah. I'm
Just kind of what you feel about it. If you had to vote right now, would you no bill it or true bill it? Do you think the force used by the officer is reasonable?
It's yeah, you did make me think. This is a hard one. I feel like the evidence that I've seen where instructions weren't followed, in any situation, I think that things were handled properly. It's a shame what happened. That's terrifying. It's sad. Obviously loss of life. No one wants that. But, safety first. I agree with a lot of the previous speakers here, but that's not the point. It's very hard, I think, for a jury to, like what you were mentioning with policy. It's not our place to judge what is right policy by a police department or whatnot. So it's like, we don't have those facts. We don't have that backup or that knowledge. But right now, I feel like they were. It's true. That it's not a crime. Sorry.
You think that it was reasonable that the officers used the force?
Yes, I do.
Very
Absolutely.
good.
Yeah, absolutely. And if I can get 20 more seconds, the way that the assailant or the one they were interacting with, he didn't listen. It was nonstop, the patience, and it just kept going on and on and on. And that was just, that was just wrong. So yes, I think that with what I saw in right now, I think he used correct force.
I need to we're almost out of time. I need to get to
Sorry.
Illusion. Go ahead, Illusion.
Hey, I wanted to point out a couple things really quickly. The officers were really good with their telling them what to do. I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. And he did say during all of it, get the girl out of the passenger. She had nothing to do with this. He also said, can I call my mom? So he stalled them. They gave direct order. He didn't listen. And the minute he reached for that, they said, do not reach for that gun. The minute he reached for it, that's it. It is a no bill, hands down.
Very well. Okay. The question that I'm about to ask you for a true bill or no bill is simply this. Would a reasonable person, a reasonable officer, presented with the officers that pulled the trigger, presented with the information that was available to them at the time, do you think that they had a reasonable fear? In other words, was their use of force reasonable? It's a simple question. And I'm going to go to you first, Margo. True bill or no bill?
True bill.
No, I think you're backwards. No bill would be. It sounds like it ought to be that way.
Sorry.
Yeah.
No bill. No bill.
bill's
You're
good
right.
in
You're
this
right.
case, right? No
You're
bill.
no bill.
It's like getting charged. You got no bill. You got to walk out
No
free.
bill.
There you go. It's eating dinner with no bill. Legend, true bill or no bill?
No bill, sir.
Kristen, true bill or no bill?
No bill.
Land of Illusion, true bill or no bill?
No bill.
And Amaru, have you changed? Are you true bill or no bill?
No bill.
That's a unanimous. Big Ron, let's post a decision there. No bill, no formal charges. Now is the part we get to talk about procedure because we get to bring Jason in, 30-year veteran of law enforcement. Jason, what's your initial impression of that video?
Once they see the gun in the hood of the car, put the damn taser away. I don't under that getting shot and tased that they was okay.
Well, it wasn't just one. You had the canine handler back there yelling up, "Hey, I got some non-lethal."
Yeah, well, that was a lab. I think he was just a search dog.
It don't matter. I found him, dude. Calm down. Picking on the dog.
No, this is an action reaction. It's been proven time and time again that if somebody just the reaching for a gun, grabbing that gun, if you ain't prepared, you will be shot before you can respond. So I thought they did a good job.
What about when somebody, you have to tell them 35 times to keep their hands up when you got a gun drawn on them?
That's kind of a red flag. That's when you had the tasers out. When he's not responding, zap him. Don't give him the chance to go there. But the situation went where it went to, and I think the suspect dictated the outcome more so than the cops did.
Now there was some talk here in the jury about like confusing commands, or I think Amaru said that even the light was in the guy's face. What do you think about all that?
Honestly, I was fine with the commands. The situation was fluid. I don't think they saw the gun upon first contact. He's not following commands. The commands are going to change from the perspective of where they're at. The officers are. I was fine with the commands. This person knew that the police were there and they were there to arrest him, and he was not playing the game with them. He'd be alive today if he just sort of walked out and laid on the ground.
Yeah, honestly, if he just picked one, he'd be good. Not keeping the hands up kind of got my attention. And then I want to call my mom. I mean, these are all things that somebody things are about to get Western when these things are starting to happen. But do any of you guys have any questions for Jason about the policy? Because now's the time we can talk about that portion of it.
I'm pretty clear on that one, and I've learned a lot about tasers. When I heard the taser go off with the guns, I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
Jason
in fact,
loves
dude,
that one.
he did. The taser guy was going to tase that dude standing there on the ground. He tased him anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Jason loves tasers. We'll get into that later.
No, I don't.
He says he don't need a pistol anymore. Just give him a taser. You take care of it all, turkey and everything.
I have a question about it. There's always like a lead charge, like a lead officer that's barking orders, and the secondary command will come between talking to other officers as far as movement and all that. But as far as that suspect and commanding, because it was two different directions. One guy say back up, the other guy say move forward, and that was the only thing.
Let me say something about that. We can go back to the video and do that. I understand what you're saying, because there were like come here and not, but you did have a lead man. That was the guy that kept telling him in the very beginning. You see it from the dog handler's point of view. It's longer. He's there before the other officers arrive, right? So the initial officer's telling him, keep your hands up and walk towards me. And he's like, well, I can't. What about the girl? The girl's crying. And then the girl gets out. That makes things a little bit more complicated as well. The other officers arrive on the other side, and then they change. The other officers start telling him to back up. I think they're going to go make contact with him, but back up away, get away from the gun, and we're going to take you down there, is what they were putting together. And at that point, now the officer on the other side, he may have said, come to me one more time. But after that, all the other commands are yelling, keep your hands up, because every time he dropped his hands, they're telling him, keep your hands up. So I don't know. And we'll go back and review that again if you'd like. But I think that's how that scenario actually played out. It sounds confusing, but I just don't think this guy was that confused. He could have picked one thing and would not have got shot, in my opinion. But do you want to go back and look at that? We've got time, don't we? Where are we at on time?
They was you have to put the simultaneous part in your head because when you get it from the guy that's further back, you know, you hear them bark, that officer, that first officer, and then the second body cam, the guy, before he initially got towards the gun, he's like, no, move back. And the other officer was yelling, come towards me.
Right now, I mean, you're actually, we can watch the video. We don't have to like run it down that way, but let's listen to what it is. Here's the handlers. The body worn camera 1, I think, is the best one. You can hear both vantage points, and it's longer. Remember, this body worn camera 1 was there longer than the officer, the second body worn camera we saw.
Hands up now! Show me your hands! Show me your hands! Go now! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Show me your hands! Show me your hands! Hands up now! Get on the ground! Walk towards me! Okay. Now!
Sir, I'm right here. Hold on, it's the lady. Don't harm the lady.
Keep your hands in the air now!
This my phone. Don't harm the lady.
Walk towards me!
There's nothing in my pocket.
Just listen to instructions! Now!
Okay. Can you
Keep
just
your
come
hands
and get
in
me?
the air!
Come and get me.
Come towards me! Do it now!
Can you please come get me?
No! Walk towards me! Do it now!
The lady is in here crying.
Keep your hands up!
My hands up, sir.
Hands up! Move!
I'm not.
move! Do not move!
I'm not. I just don't want the lady to get hurt.
Hands up! Hands up now! I got less lethal. Hands up now! Hands up now! Hands up! Hands off! Both of you!
It's not loaded.
Get out! Get your hands up! Come.
My point on this is that the guy they're saying walk towards me, he was the officer you're saying, well, isn't there supposed to be somebody there that takes charge? He did. And you're right. It doesn't have to be a senior officer, just somebody needs to take the lead in giving commands. But when there's a gun involved and somebody keeps putting their hands down, everyone's going to yell at you to put your hands back up because really the only thing you got to do is shoot them after that. That's your only thing to do is tell you, put your hands back up. But initially they tell him to get to the ground. He doesn't do that. He doesn't really move from that spot. They changed their position, and it looked like it was a senior officer there with the vest on. An older guy steps up, says, walk towards me. He takes the initial contact, walk towards me, walk towards me. I don't believe they know he's got a gun because the guy's at this point saying, this is my cell phone here on the hood. It's actually a gun. Now, when the other officers arrive, they can tell it's a gun, and that's when we hear the tactic change, back away and pretty much keep your hands up. But I don't think that the orders were as confusing as it just sounds confusing. But I think in general, these officers were playing to what was being done in front of them.
I was speaking from the standpoint for body cam 2 when they was by the gate and he was like, back up. And it was barking like, come towards me. He was like, back up away from it. That's the initial what I was talking about. But nevertheless.
Come towards me! Do it now!
All right, that's the old white guy on the other side of the truck from the other point of view. That's what you hear. Come towards me, do it now.
Please come get me.
No! Walk towards me! Do it now!
The lady is in here crying.
Keep your hands up!
My hands up, sir.
Do not move!
I'm not move.
Now we've got the do not move as the officers get close enough that they see there's a gun.
Do not move!
I'm not.
Come out of the car!
I just don't want the lady to get hurt. She has nothing to do with this.
There's a gun right there! Back up from the gun! Back up from the gun! Back up!
It's not loaded.
Back up from the gun now!
It's not loaded, sir.
Step back!
Okay, sir.
Step back!
But you haven't heard the other guy give the command to walk towards me since these guys get closer to the hood of that truck and they take over on the verbal commands. This is my whole point. I don't want to spend a lot of time on it because we're going to run out of time and not get their other videos. But that's my point on this is that I think the officers did a pretty decent job.
And if I could add, they did pay close attention too to what he was saying. First, it's a cell phone, then it's not a loaded gun. You know, these officers did a great job.
It's a crappy position to be in, and I think our subject in this case, I think it was intentional. He was looking at they're looking at him for a homicide and aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. You know, sometimes that's the way you want to end that situation. All right, Big Ron, let's get to metaphorically pay some bills with some big range. Range-minded podcast, folks, nominated for a Gundy this year for Podcaster of the Year. Anything 2A range-minded is all about. Let's show a video, Big Ron.
Have you ever wondered to yourself, man, what time does the store close? Or where's the best cheeseburger near me? Well, I'm not going to answer those questions. That's what your damn phone is for. Use that. Instead, if you have stuff related, to the 2A world, I'm your man. My name's Steve. I run the Range Minded Podcast. On the podcast, we talk about all things Second Amendment, whether it be new guns or gear. Maybe we talk about some training. We'll dig into Washington and the shenanigans they get up to. Sometimes we talk about the Supreme Court and the crap that they're doing. It's always a good time, a little smorgasbord of the 2A, if you don't mind me using that narrative. Either way, you can find us whether on YouTube or Rumble, Range Minded Podcast. I'm also on all sorts of streaming services, wherever you listen to your podcast, Range Minded Podcast. You can jump on the website, rangemindedpodcast.com. Maybe stop by, buy a patch and some other things. There you can link to the social medias and all that other stuff. Hope to see you there. It's always a good time. Anyways, you guys have fun, stay safe, and always stay range-minded. See you guys soon.
Yeah, folks, the Range Minded Podcast, anything 2A, especially in the legal field with a lot of court cases going on, and Guncraft as well. He puts out a weekly episode. It's great. Go to his website, grab a patch. He's got some great patches and great stickers. Tell him Joe Lanou sent you. For every 5 patches somebody buys, I get an episode for free. If you'll follow him on all the platforms, you can get those episodes for free as well. But support our small content creator. They're range-minded. And with that, well, let's catch up on time. Big Ron, let's go to case number 2, folks. They're not going to get into these.
Charlie 522.
Yo, put that down. Put that knife down. Put that knife down. Put the knife down. Buffalo Police. Buffalo Police. Drop the knife. Drop the knife. Drop the fucking knife. Get over here. Drop the knife. Drop the fucking knife. I'm not playing with you.
He touched me.
Do you want to get shot or not? Drop the knife. Drop it. Drop it. Come on, listen. Drop it. Drop the knife. Drop the fucking knife. Drop the knife. Yo, Marcus, you got a taser? Drop the knife. It's not this serious. Drop it. Drop the fucking knife. Drop the knife. You got a taser? Drop the knife.
Just drop the knife, baby. I don't give a fuck. He touched me. I'm gonna beat my baby day. He touched me.
Drop the knife. We get it. We get it. We get it. We get it.
He touched me.
Listen.
Drop the knife and talk to me. Just fight back.
Sweetheart, drop the knife and talk to me.
No, fuck that.
You do have the right to fight back.
He touched me.
Sweetheart, relax. Relax.
What you talking about?
Nobody wants to hurt you. Relax.
No.
Calm down.
And then my bitch. Hell no. Fuck that. No.
Drop the knife,
No.
sweetheart.
Fuck no. Fuck your back. Fuck that. No.
We're not. Calm
If
down.
you
Calm
gonna
down.
touch me, stop me. Fuck that, bro.
Over this. Drop it. Oh.
You got me fucked
Back up. Back up. Back up. Back up. Back up. Back up.
I'm going to I'm an active shooter. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the hell? I swear to God, I'm an active shooter. What the fuck? Are you serious? Back up.
Okay, so there's your second video. The victim there actually survived the wounds. Yep, the victim there actually survived the wounds. Any
Wow.
portion of the video that we'd like to see again?
I just want to see the very end.
Yeah, I think I need to see right when they like when the victim turns when they shoot, because I don't know what they. Yeah, please.
Go back a little further.
Drop it. Oh, oh, oh. Back up.
Let me help you on that. She actually, because the blur messes this up. She actually, the person she was fighting with, the reason they were called, she walks up to them and she actually stabs him in the head.
Wow.
It turned out not to be serious injury. I mean, required some medical attention, but that's when they shot her.
But you couldn't see that. It's very clearly on the video.
I'm very.
If you look at it, you can, and we can go back and watch it again. If
No,
you
no,
want.
that's fine. You told me what it said. I mean, what happened? I couldn't see it.
So she stabbed somebody and then they shot her?
Yes, when she turns back, let's pull this video up.
I couldn't tell exactly how that went down right there.
Me
so she
either.
got a hold of somebody.
And you know what,
Well,
folks?
there you go.
Welcome to the judicial process. There's a lot of times you can't tell what's going on, or you don't
Yeah.
have, these things aren't filmed in studios where you get every angle and foreboding music when something bad's about to happen. So this is how juries have to do. You just have to make a decision on what you see. But let's go back and look at this portion.
Well, let me ask you a question about that. If they don't see it, but we know that there's a victim, isn't that told to us?
Well, do you know everything because you see it? I mean, do you know how the world is because
No. I'm just saying, like, if there was a wounded person from her, I couldn't see it. Maybe it moved too fast. I just couldn't see it.
Yeah, you can't see that there's a person that just got stabbed by that person, and I mean,
I'm about to show it to you.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And one of the problems you have is for privacy here, they're blurring out the participants.
Faces.
Yeah. But where that blonde is, look at shoes. And
Yeah.
here's what I'll say, that juries and cops have to do this. Sometimes you don't see it directly. Sometimes you have to look for clues. White shoes are a clue, especially in videos. They stand out great. So you've got people here. Now I'm gonna turn it up. Listen to what she's saying. There's other thing you do, what you hear. Maybe you didn't see it, but you heard things that can convince you of something to be true. So listen to what she says and watch the video. And I'll bounce it back to this point as she's walking up, so you can see and hear it a couple of times.
Oh, oh. Drop it. Oh, oh, oh.
oh, now you can see it.
Okay. Any other questions?
I just out of curiosity, where did she get shot?
I tell you what, let's get a clock up, Big Ron. These guys are trying to burn my time up here. You guys are good. You got me on the first case. You're not going to get me on the second one now. Is your question that you'd like to say? What you ask, or what you wanted to say?
I just
We're
wanted
just having so much fun.
I will say I'm surprised that she got to the point where she did when she started walking towards the officer with the knife in the beginning, and I'm happy that I'm happy nobody got hurt in that at that moment, but I'm surprised that they didn't do something.
So you're saying, do you think it would have been reasonable to use deadly force?
I'm not. Well, if she went towards them with that knife, it would be reasonable because that knife she could throw it, she could stab him in the head, she could do whatever with it. But I was surprised that at that point they didn't. So that's all I have to say right now. I'll let somebody else talk.
I think a taser would be appropriate at that point. You know,
I don't mean
yeah.
Do you think, and I'm not saying you wouldn't try maybe a taser, but do you think a taser is appropriate with a deadly weapon? What if it fails and then the person with the deadly weapon decides to use their deadly weapon against you?
Well, it's better than the way it went down. I don't know. I don't know. It's a hard. It's hard.
It would be better if the officer got stabbed instead of the other guy.
Well, that's a good question, because during the video, I heard, I think at least 3 times, the officer, the one with the body cam said, "Do you have a taser? Do you have a taser? Do you have a taser?"
Yeah.
Why aren't they equipped with these tasers? Right. I don't know. So I'm looking at that, but yeah, no bill. Anyway, I'm kind of decided on that right now. Quick.
Okay. Legend, what do you think?
No bill on that one. Number one, she should have dropped the knife when she was ordered to drop the knife. At that point, it would have been a good time to tase her. At that point, just drop it, detain her, and in that situation right then and there. The fact that that person actually was able to swing at another person within their proximity with a knife, it should have happened way before that was an option for that person to cause harm to another person.
That's such a good point.
But
I agree.
But don't you think it's pretty difficult to sit back and say, "Hey, you should have killed somebody"?
No, that's why a taser would have been good right off the bat, and as far as if the taser didn't work, there's another officer there that probably would have had a firearm that had his firearm out anyway. So if Officer A takes him out with the taser, drops her right there, Officer B comes in and detains and takes the knife.
That sounds like a great tactic. Let's say somebody's kicking in my door, and I use deadly force here in the great state of Texas, as I'm allowed to do, to preserve my life and my property. But then my grand jury sits up there and they say, "Well, you could have done something different. He had a baseball bat, right? He could have done that." Is that?
But they're not kicking in your door. They're not kicking in your door.
It's the same thing.
I don't care what state you live in, man. Somebody kicks in my door, they're getting shot.
Right. No,
exactly.
You guys missing the whole point. Let's go on. Let's go ahead, Margot. Give me your opinion.
This is for the officers, correct? Not the lady.
Yes, we're judging the use of force used against this person.
No bill.
Okay. Amaru, what do you think?
That's a no bill, and kudos to the officer. He took the lead, tried to de-escalate, and kudos to the second officer for moving to his right to use his firearm, because that door was right there and there was people behind it, and being aware of his surrounding and background.
That's a good point. Let's go ahead and get a vote on this one. I'm coming to you first. Land of Illusion, true bill or no bill?
This is a no bill.
Kristen, true bill or no bill? Reasonable or unreasonable?
No bill.
Legend, true bill or no bill?
We're going to go no bill.
Margot, it's going to surprise everybody. You're going to go against the grain? True bill or no bill?
It's a no bill.
Just a follower, Margot. I'm a little disappointed.
I'm not a follower, but I truly believe these gentlemen didn't do it fast enough.
Amaru, true bill or no bill? Final vote.
No bill.
Let's no bill it, Big Ron. Okay, now let's dig into this one. I think there's some interesting police tactics in this as well. But Jason, what's your overall opinion?
Didn't like the police tactics at all, to be honest. That you don't walk into every show the taser comes up, and I just kind of smirk about it. There's no taser that needs to be when somebody is literally 7 feet from you with a edged weapon. You have civilians standing around him. Your priority is not only yourselves, but it's also the innocent people around you. I think the police could have done a way better job. I didn't like the way they handled that. The one officer didn't even have anything in his hand. Obviously, they had a relationship, but even then, you can't. There's an edged weapon there. You got to treat it like it is.
You know what? I see your point, and I don't really disagree with you, but I don't know. I picked up on something there where I think these cops knew this is an apartment, probably low-income apartment building area. They knew their people. The way he was talking to her, he wasn't yelling and screaming. He kept it pretty. He's like, look, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. I think they went a little further than they should have. Force should have been used a little sooner to prevent the third person from being even injured. But I'm not going to beat the cops up too much on this. I think the cop did a good job on doing what he thought he needed to do at the time. Anybody else on the jury have an opinion on that?
Well, that was my point. What Jason said when I was very surprised that the officer let him get so close with the knife. But I hear your point too about them being, acclimated with the area.
And here's my point about that. It's real difficult for me. I don't know that I'm ever in a position, even if someone, all the criteria is met in my mind, it's like, yeah, you should use deadly force. I'm never going to fault you for not. Does that make sense? Because that's a personal decision you've got to make. You got to make it. And I don't want anybody second guess the decision I make, and I just don't feel like I should second guess it. If you thought you shot when you thought you needed to, not a second sooner is the way I hope you're doing it.
That was really well said. I respect that. I think that's great. But isn't that why we're here? Isn't that the grand jury? It's like no one wants deadly force to be used, but we need to find out why it happened, right?
No, you're here to make a determination whether there's enough evidence to make you believe it was reasonable or not.
So it's about the evidence.
Here's the thing. Like in Texas, DA, the district attorney can't say it was justified. The police department can't say it's justified. The Texas Rangers can't say it's justified. It has to go to a grand jury. It's got to be a panel. I think in Texas it's 16 members that they see the evidence. In a lot of cases, it'll be videos, just like you're seeing here. It's the best evidence you would bring to a homicide grand jury. But the state is asking, and we as citizens, we're asking you to tell us, is it reasonable or not?
Right. Like any other jury, I know the difference between the grand and a trial jury, normal jury, but there is reasonable doubt here. There are problems. However, we can't put ourselves in those shoes.
But you're not a reasonable doubt person. We're not asking you to determine innocence or guilt.
Right.
We're just asking you, is there enough evidence? What is the evidence to this point?
Got it. That was my, thank you. Yeah. Right. Got it.
We're just indicting or not, right?
Right. Yeah. I think there's enough evidence there. Yeah.
Well, so there are cases that will go before a grand jury where the outcome is not necessarily an indictment is being successful. In a self-defense is one of those. Let's say, and a lot of police officer shootings are so clear cut, you got the evidence. They're just like these here, but they still have to go there because no one can say it is until the grand jury says it is. So everyone has to go, if that makes any sense. So you're not determining innocence or guilt. You're just trying to make a determination whether it was reasonable.
Right.
And look, it's tough. This is the hardest thing our justice system has to deal with.
It is tough.
If it was
scary,
theft, elements of offense
terrifying.
But if it's a theft, the elements of the offense are pretty simple. The prosecutor can come in and say, so-and-so owned this. This guy broke in and took it. He was caught down the street with it in his possession. Therefore, he took it. Be like, yeah, no, that sounds pretty right. Let's go ahead and send that on to trial. You would agree with that. But when it comes to these, like, what would a reasonable person believe with the information available to them? What was the perception at the time? And a lot of jurors, the reason I kind of jumped in early when you guys are talking about, well, I don't see that. I hear that from a lot of juries, but it's a lot of times it's that way. A lot of times you see guys' shoes, you see how the mannerisms or how one's behaving. You've got to use all your senses to make these decisions because sometimes the evidence isn't clear cut.
Right. Yeah. And the grand jury has the
guys. I got to get moving on. We're on case number 2, and we're more than halfway into this show. I need to get going real quick, though. I want to give a shout out to our friend Kay with the Daily Fix and Drax. They do the Daily Fix, and folks, that show is kicking butt on X. I've been watching it. They're getting amazing amount of viewers. In fact, Drax's Pit they do on Saturday nights, 10 p.m. Eastern. I think he had over 200,000 live views a couple of weekends ago. But catch Drax's Pit. Here's a quick view on that. We'll look at the Daily Fix. These are short promos.
As liberals go crazy and throw their fits, come on down to Drax's Pit. Yeah, it's Drax's Pit. What?
Yeah, folks, both Drax and Kay Daly, she's probably the smartest politician or lady in politics that you'll ever meet. And Drax, one of the most entertaining folks on X. Give them both a follow and check out Drax's Pit on Saturday night and the Daily Fix Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. All right, Big Ron, let's go to case number 3.
Hey, brother. Hey, let me see your fucking hands. Let me see your hands. I got one at gunpoint. Let me see your hands. Let me see your hands. Let me see your hands. Stop. Let me see your hands. 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 14-2-4, I got shots fired. The officers are okay. Roll additional units. Suspect is still moving. Let me see your hands. Let me see your hands. Hands. Let me see your hands. Let me see your hands. Let me see your hands. Hands, hands. Let me see your hands. Hey, hold coverage. Hold coverage. Hold coverage. Yeah. Hold coverage. Hey. Hey, stop. Let me see your hand. Hey, he's still moving. Hey, stop. On me. Hey, stop moving. Stop. Hey, I got radio. Yeah. On me. On me. Move. On me. All right, we're going. On me. Hey, calm down. Calm down. Yeah, we're good. We're good. Hey, stack up. On me. All right. I'm behind. Right, go. Behind. Ready? Hold up. Hold coverage. I'm here. Okay. Hold coverage. I got one up. Hold coverage. Okay. Take a deep breath. Hold up. Hold up. Breathe. 14-2-4. I got extra units out here. We have shots fired again. Suspect is conscious and breathing. He's inside of the vehicle. Firearm in his hand, his waistband. You still reaching? Hey, RJ, nope. 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 Going on you. Hold up. No, wait. Do we have a supervisor en route as well? HFD just arrived. If you need to go ahead and do attack reload, do attack reload. We're good right now. All right. All right. Oh. 14-2-4, we have an officer involved shooting. 14-2-4, I shot. Suspect is unconscious, doesn't appear to be breathing. I have extra units out here as well. Go ahead and roll EMS and the supervisor. Yep. Yeah, we try opening if you want. Yep. Hold up. So look, I'm gonna hold coverage. I need y'all to move y'all shot, move it out of the way so that HFD can pull through, okay? You got it? Right. Yep. I'm with you, RJ. Go ahead.
Yeah, I only shot once from that angle.
No, you're good. Just chill. You're good. (14-2-4). Everything's under control. Suspect doesn't appear to be conscious of breathing. I have additional units with me as well. All right. Hold up. All right. Look. Hey. Hold coverage. No. Hey. Hold coverage right here. That's clear. We're working on that right now, Sarge. Hold coverage right there. Okay. Hold up. Hold coverage. I see a gun right there. Hold coverage. You okay, sir? Sir, let me see your hands. Let me see your hands, sir.
All right, folks, there's your third case. Any portion of the video you'd like to see again?
I'd like to see the first part when he, a couple seconds before he started shooting.
Me too.
First arrival.
Yep.
Do we take our? We at?
Hey, brother. Hey, let me see your fucking hands. Let me see your hands. I got one at gunpoint. Let me see your hands. Let me see your hands. Let me see your hands. Stop. Let me see your hands. 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 14-2-4, I got shots fired. The officers are okay. Roll additional units. Suspect is still moving. Let me see your hands. Let me see your hands. Hands. Let me see your hands. Let me see your hands. Let me see your hands. Hands, hands. Let me see your hands. Hey, hold coverage. Hold coverage. Hold coverage.
Yeah.
Hold coverage. Hey, hey, stop. Let me see your hand.
Hey, he's still moving.
Hey, stop. On me.
Hey, stop moving.
Stop. Hey, I got radio.
Yeah.
On me. On.
Did that help?
Yes.
Yeah, that helped a lot.
Yes.
All right. Big Ron, put us up a clock. All right. I'm coming to Amaru first.
We might have to go to another portion. I want to hear that radio call. Well, he said something about a holstered weapon. He said a weapon in the waistband.
Oh, you talking about after he already shot him?
Yep.
Yeah. Do you? Okay. I don't know if that comes into play. If he discovers it after he shoots him, I don't know if that comes into play as a decision to shoot.
Well, yeah. I mean, he didn't say nothing about firearm, man with firearm, or what, because from the tent and he's flashing light, I can't say. He never said anything about a weapon, and we couldn't see from his body cam if the person
is that
came up with a.
Is it a requirement that he announces that prior to shooting?
No, it ain't. But I never seen the weapon, so I'm gonna say. I'll let you go ahead.
You know what? It's a good idea. Listen to what other people's points of view are on it, and maybe it'll help you get through the struggle. And you know what? These should be struggles to get through. Let's go to, I'm going to Cap. You're next, sir.
I couldn't hear audio on that one, so I don't really know what was going on, and I couldn't really, I couldn't understand what made him shoot. I couldn't figure out if there was a dialogue exchange that they were having, or I just saw him just start shooting.
You had no audio on the video?
I couldn't hear a thing. There's been a couple of people that have talked in here that I haven't been able to hear too, so I'm not sure what's going on there.
Is anybody else experiencing an audio problem?
No.
I'm not. You might want to jump out and come back in if that'll help. I don't know if that would help you.
Come on. I'll run it down for you. He makes contact. The 911 call is, and this is an apartment complex. 911 call is a lady says, my parked car was struck, and I think a drunk driver did that. I went to approach this person, and he pulled a gun on me, so I come back into my apartment, and I've called 911.
Okay.
So the officer knows that he's got duty upon striking a stationary vehicle. That's a law in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
And possible DWI, and possibly a man with a gun. And what we see when we get there is the initial interaction. He walks up to the car and he says, hey, sir, let me see your hands. Let me see your hands. The guy doesn't really necessarily comply, and that's when he puts the first volley into him. Transitions to the other side, and it's kind of the same thing. Let me see your hands, and the guy keeps moving, and that's when they shoot him. That's when he engages him on the second time. So maybe that helps.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I mean, if the cop was yelling, show me your hands, and you're keeping your hands down and you're not complying, I mean, that I think I would have waited to fire those first rounds a little bit longer. I mean, that was pretty quick, but then who knows what that cop saw looking down into that vehicle as well. So I saw in the comments somebody said that
Well,
he
we
saw
don't.
his gun in
We
his
don't. We have no
waistband.
indication. We have no indication from the video that the officer he didn't announce it. Doesn't say that he didn't see it, but he doesn't say that he does see it. Now, only time the gun is actually mentioned is when they open up the vehicle.
Yeah, I don't think that. I don't feel like that was lethal or at least rightful use of force at that time. No.
Okay. Let's go to
Yeah, not
Margot.
that time.
What do you think, Margot?
I think the gun call. Yeah, I think it's a bill. I'm sorry, no bill. No
Do you think it's
bill.
reasonable to believe that the officer believed there's a gun involved?
There was a 911 call that said the guy pulled a gun on me. He walked up to the
Okay.
vehicle and the guy didn't do what he was told.
Okay, that's
Assume
good.
safety first.
I see your point. Kristen, what do you think?
That was really tough. Yeah, it's awful. That was awful. I think that there was no backup. The fact that he said, put your hands up, put your hands up. Well, if you're approaching someone that's drunk, their windows are up, he's too far away to even hear him. It just doesn't make sense. And then just trigger happy right off the bat, and then moves around, still no backup, no one around, and then boom. That really was rough.
What is backup? I don't understand why you keep saying that.
I meant like backup. It's like if you get pulled over or something, it's like, oh, you have another squad car, right? Come in or something like that. It seems like there was no one else there. Why didn't they approach his window and say, put your hands up? They were so far away. He wasn't a threat. He wasn't saying anything. Maybe he couldn't.
Are you saying that the initial officer didn't approach his window and say, put your hands up?
Yes. He was too far away. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah.
So you don't think the man in the vehicle, he didn't know what was going on. He couldn't hear what they were saying, and he was
possibly not. Yeah, reasonable doubt. Maybe he didn't. Maybe he did. I believe he was armed. Obviously, that's why they came there in the first place. I believe he was drunk. However, the officer was so far back.
Well, let me ask you this:
screaming at him, it's like if he's wasted, right? Does that make sense? Yeah, and then just to start laying off rounds, that just
let's try to look at it this way. We're asking you to, using the reasonable person standard, take the information that was known in this case to the officer, or should have been known to the officer at the time he's pulled the trigger the first time. That's essentially what we're asking. What information did he have, and would that information lead a reasonable person to believe that there was a danger to their life, there was a threat? So using that mask, you're still saying that, or I guess using that mask, exactly what are you saying? You're saying this is a true bill because you think the force was unreasonable?
I think it's a true bill. Yes.
Okay. And I wasn't answering the question. I was just trying to make sure
I think there's a lot of mistakes here. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
I need to get to Land of Illusion.
Being honest here,
yeah. Okay.
That was really hard for me to watch.
Land of Illusion. Go ahead.
Yep. So he knew what the call was. He went there. He approached the car. I felt the officer's temperature change as soon as he got close enough to shine his flashlight in there to see what he had. He was not complying. The officer backed up. I think he handled it really well, actually. And it was, to me, it's a no bill. He had no idea if he got closer and waited, that guy could have pulled the gun on him and shot him. Shot the officer. So I think I felt the temperature change with the officer, the way he backed up as soon as he shined the light inside the car. Now, we didn't see it. I don't know what he saw, but that's what I felt from him. I think it's
we're not looking for a feeling. We're asking, is it reasonable? Was it reasonable that he had a fear for his life? And you say it is. Okay.
Yes.
All right, guys, we got 2 minutes. Let's go to a vote. I'm going to Amaru, I'm going to do you a favor. I'm going to come to you last because I think you're still thinking. I'm going to go to you first.
No, I got it.
Well, I'm still coming to you last. I'm committed at this point. I'm committed. Margot, true bill or no bill?
No bill.
Cap, true bill or no bill?
I'd say true bill.
1-1. Kirsten, true bill or no bill? I don't know why I called you Kirsten. Kristen, true bill or no bill? I don't know why I just did that.
I fat fingered my mic. True bill.
2-1 count. Amaru, true bill or no bill?
Bill. True bill.
That's 3. Land of Illusion, true bill or no bill?
No bill.
That's a 2-3 decision. Big Ron, true bill. That's our first indictment or true bill decision for the night. Jason, what's your opinion? What do you think?
He obviously, so the unfortunate part about watching videos is, when I wore my body camera was down like over the plate on my sternum. So you're not seeing the same visual that the officer's seeing from that point of view. But I've actually walked up to cars before and walked into, oh shit, he's got a gun. And I thought the officer backed up and he saw something. He backed up, and then you take the nature of the call that was there. I thought the officer did a phenomenal job. I really do. If I'm on the jury, this is a no bill for me. I think the officer did a good job, both in communication with his partners and verbal commands. And he saw something. For that reaction, he definitely saw something that we couldn't see.
That's what I meant by senses. I didn't mean like my personal senses. I saw him. I physically saw him change in his reaction. Like, oh shit, back up. You know what I mean?
Well, and you're right. And I think I brought this up in one of the previous cases that as a juror and like police officers and a lot of folks, when you're dealing with reality, you got to use all your senses. There's a reason why that officer reacted the way he did. And here's the other thing. Just because he didn't say he saw a gun, we don't know if he did or not. Is it reasonable to believe that he did see a gun? Would they find a gun in the guy's waistband after he's shot and dead? The nature of the call is essentially an aggravated assault where he has pointed a gun at a citizen. So I think it's reasonable to believe that you give him the benefit of the doubt on that. So I would have been a no bill on this as well. I see where you guys are coming from. I think you're overthinking it, to be quite frank with you.
Yeah, that's why I said you don't know. I mean, that officer could have seen something in that car,
Right. And I guess the way I look at it, and I think this is why I would want my jury to look at it, is that the benefit of the doubt goes. Unless there's evidence, the counter, you would have to assume that obviously saw a gun. There was a gun there afterwards. And the nature of the call was with the gun. Just because he didn't announce that it was a gun, I think when you don't know, you have to go with the citizen.
Well, I guess the other part of the question is, did they find the gun?
Yes.
He had a gun in his hand when they got in.
In his waistband.
In his waistband.
They did find that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in his waistband, still in his waistband.
Right.
I don't doubt that he had a gun. I don't doubt that he had a gun. I know he was a threat. I think the officer was in danger. Don't get me wrong here. I just feel like something went wrong where it was almost so much fear where it was just.
And I don't mean to cut you short. We've got
no, it's all good.
We got two more to get to, but I'm going to tell you what you're experiencing is called lawful but awful. It's awful situation, but in the end of the day, it's lawful. You, if you believe the officer was in danger, you've answered their own question. That's where the jury, as a jurist, a grand jury, that's where you should have stopped, because that's all we're asking you. We're not asking you, could they done something else? Well, was that procedure better? I mean, if he'd approached it a different way, could this have been avoided? That's just not really what we want juries to do. And I say that because thinking it's not just the cops can sit in front of it, citizens do too. And I think the citizens should get the benefit of the doubt before the government starts putting their foot on their neck. But I think honestly, when you get to the point where if you can say that, yeah, I think the officer's life was in danger. I think there was a threat to the officer. You've answered the question of what we're asking you tonight. That's what we're asking you. And I say that to say, it's not like I don't appreciate you guys, the input that you're putting into it, because you're really thinking about these. But as a private citizen and a person that's actually been before a grand jury, I don't want you to be overthinking shit too much. Let's stick to the law. Let's talk about some barbecue sauce. Folks that watch the show, you know that we've had a guest prosecutor on, our Judge Joe Brown, on before, and we learned about his barbecue sauce. It's Judge Joe Brown barbecue sauce out of Memphis, where the judge is from, and we've tested it. This is good stuff. Very coarse ground. It's got a great taste to it. But Big Ron, let's roll that promo.
Introducing Judge Joe Brown's all-new barbecue sauce and seasoning. Justice in the form of flavor. With one taste of our premium blends of all-natural ingredients, herbs, and spices, you'll fall in love with meat all over again. Judge Joe Brown's all-natural barbecue sauce collection is made up of 2 zesty flavors, original and spicy.
Law firms will take this as a retainer.
What? It must be a law firm where they hungry as hell. Now you gonna help me with this parole I'm dealing with?
Yeah, folks, you can get it on Amazon, or you can get it at jjbbq.com. Actually, the judge said you can get it faster, and I think it's a little cheaper on Amazon than if you buy it directly from his website. But give it a shot. Tell him Joe Lanou sent you, and give it a shot and see what you like. I'll tell you, Judge Joe Brown, I've spent some time on the phone with him in preparation for the show, and even since I've talked to him a few times. The guy's just as cool in personal conversation as he is on the shows. That's one cool cat. Got a lot of respect for him. Let's go to case 4.
(21:34:46).
Chicago Emergency Villa.
Yes, I believe there was a car that was just parked outside of our house that 2 guys parked it, bumped our neighbor's car, and just basically bailed. I don't know if the car was stolen, but they just took stuff out of the trunk. They parked the car, bumped our neighbor's car, and then got out of the car, took stuff out of the trunk and left, and just started walking towards Lincoln Avenue.
Okay, what kind of car is that?
It's a white, large, 4-door SUV.
Okay. Do you see any plates on that?
Yes, but not from my husband's looking with the binoculars.
How many people got out of the car?
2 guys got out of the car.
And you said they were going towards Lincoln Avenue?
Yep, they were heading towards Lincoln, and I'm on Washtenaw. They parked in front of the street light. Yeah, what's the license plate? My husband's going to find out what it is.
Okay, do you remember what they looked like? What kind of clothing they were wearing?
They were wearing, they actually were wearing all black, both of them. And the reason we looked out was because we heard the car come down the street and then park, and then they parked in front of our neighbor's car, backed up, hit her car, and then they just left the car.
Okay, let's see. Is there a specific address the car is in front of?
It's across the street from, let's see, it's it's heading, so I don't know what my neighbor's address is, I'm sorry.
So you're at 35, it's across the street from you?
I'm at, and it's across the street, 3 doors down. It's on the west side of Washtenaw. I'm on the east side. I'm on 50.
Okay. All right. And you're too far to see the plate?
My husband went outside to go get the plate number.
Did you observe any weapons on those?
I didn't see anything like that. They opened the trunk, they took out a couple bags, and they just bailed. They just walked really fast down the street towards Lincoln. They opened the trunk, got a couple things out, and then just headed towards Lincoln. My husband's coming back right now with the license plate. We thought it was a neighbor just parking, but it looked too suspicious. The car that it is in front of, Nissan, she's got like a little Nissan white SUV, and this is a huge SUV, very large size.
Does she know her vehicle was bumped?
It's a BMW SUV. The license plate is
And it's Illinois?
Illinois plates, yes. So
All right, we'll get the police to check it out. Did you want to leave your name or stay anonymous?
Hey, stop right there! Stop right there! Hey! Stop! Fucker! Stop! 260 emergency. Stop! Get out! Get off me! Get I shot! Oh, man! Oh, my God! Please! Help! Hello,
Where you shot?
Right in the head, bro.
Squad, let me get an ambulance over here.
Oh, just stay right there. Come with me.
Get on the ground. Where you shot?
Where you get shot, bro?
Espérate. Rip the shirt off.
No audio at all on this second one. All right, folks, that is your fourth case for the night. You heard the 911 call. This was a vehicle that was circling around and it kept stopping, I guess, at the same vehicle. Getting in and out of it is what the 911 call was saying. It looked like the officers had parked, like parallel parked in that area, and then it drove by and it did the same thing. Any portion of this video you'd like to see again? You want to see this
How
one?
when they
You know
got
what? Even if you don't ask for it, I'm going to give it to you. You need to watch this one again. What was your question?
I couldn't tell at what point the person was shot.
You can't really hear it, but you see it's while the officer's in the passenger compartment of that vehicle, because once he rolls out, you see the blood on his hand. That's not his blood. That's the victim's blood.
Okay.
But this happens fast.
Hey, stop right there! Stop right there! Hey! Stop, fucker! Stop! 260 emergency. Stop!
Get out! Get off me.
I shot! Oh, man! Oh, my God! Please! Help! Hello,
Where you shot?
Right in the head, bro.
Let's go to the second version.
Come with me.
Oh, no, I'm not there yet. There's the two body-worn camera views of the incident. Any questions or any other portions of the video you want to see? Big Ron, let's put a clock up. All right, Kristen, I'm coming to you first on this one. What's your initial impression?
No bill.
Okay. No more to it than that?
Pretty much not. No. I mean, like you said, it happened really quick. Thank you for playing it again. Yeah, it's wow. Yeah, I'm sticking to that. Definitely in danger. That was rough.
Okay.
But yeah, no bill on that.
We'll let you stick to that. Maybe somebody else on the jury can convince you otherwise. Let's see if we've got any varying opinions. Amaru, what do you think about this one? This happened in Chicago. Aren't you from the Chicagoland area?
Unfortunately, yes. And this is a hot topic right now. That guy was shot in the head. I believe they say a weapon was recovery, but I'm gonna go from what I'm seeing. I believe they tussled and that officer weapon went off, so I'm gonna go with a bill.
Okay. What the officer's statement on this was that he shot him because he was being drugged by the vehicle.
They was tussling, car stealing, driving. No threat.
Being drugged is not a threat?
I didn't see him get drugged until after he got shot, and then the car moved.
There was definitely some like side swiping going on there with the cars. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so we got a true bill there. Margot, what do you think?
Is my mic working?
It is now.
Okay, sorry. Yes. No bill.
Okay, Legend, what do you think?
I'm gonna go no bill on that one.
Land of Illusion.
I saw. I know that the officer was in danger by being dragged. This one was just so fast in my eyes. I don't know why I couldn't concentrate on it even 3 times or 2 times watching it. It's not that I'm having a hard time with the no bill. I'm just having a hard time of what I tried to see. If that makes sense.
Would you like to see it again?
I apologize. I would. I'm sorry.
No, it's not. This is grand juries ask these things.
Thank you.
All right, I'm gonna take you to body worn camera first. One first.
Stop right there! Stop right there! Hey! Stop, fucker! Stop! 260. Stop! Get off me! I said. Oh man!
Now we'll go to 2. You know what? I just realized I labeled them, both of them 1, but we'll call this one number 2.
I saw it. Yep. That's what yeah. Okay. No bill.
That
Thank
convinced you?
Yeah, I had to see that one more time. It was just, there was a lot, the running, and I'm admittedly saying I have a terrible migraine right now, but I'm like, all this running and the camera, I couldn't focus on it. Yeah, no bill.
Okay. We've gone different. Amaru, are you still at a true bill?
Yeah, I still got a true bill.
So nothing anyone said or the fact that the officer was drugged has anything. So how far does an officer have to get drugged before he could say, hey, I need to use some deadly force?
I didn't see him get drugged. I see him. Because the suspect was running in the car and the officer was right on his heel and got in there with him.
You know what? Let's watch it. Let's watch it from body. Hang on, listen to me. Let's go to the second body worn camera again and tell me what magic is being used. That officer goes from being at the officer's feet to being 10 feet down the street. Watch this.
I'm gonna be a little biased.
Well, That's not what we. That's not what we want on that, is it?
Well, I would say bias. I seen the other video with the actual shot going off. I seen this prior to this right here. So the shot went off, and then the guy was shot in the head, and the vehicle went down before he got drugged.
So he was shot in the head, and then he drove off.
Yeah, he was unconscious, and then the vehicle went down and hit that car.
Okay. I don't see that here. I do see the officer being drugged. I do hear the guy saying, "Get the fuck off me." You can't hear it in this video, but right there. How does the officer's body worn camera video hasn't moved at all? How did that officer get in that position right there?
It came after he was after his weapon went off. And for some reason, you don't have that audio of the weapon going off. But
you're using. Okay, I see what you're saying.
I think I see the other video with the actual sound and weapons going off.
I've got the videos.
No. Yes.
There are no other videos than I have right here.
Hey, stop right there! Stop right there! Hey, stop!
And I'll challenge you to tell me when the gun goes off in this audio. This is the only one that you have. Now there is audio there's static audio that you can't even see the scene. You can hear the shot, but you can't put the shot to what's going on in the scene. They're private video cameras that Copra's released as well. But I've not seen one that gives any better audio or any audio of the incident with the video than this right here.
Stop!
So here, these guys are breaking into the car. There's a guy on the passenger seat. There's a female in the front passenger seat, but there's another passenger in this vehicle that's running. The other officer's chasing him at this exact same time. This is the driver. He's going back to the car.
Stop, fucker! Stop!
He kind of tackles him down there with the car door open. The officer's struggling with him at this point.
Stop!
Yeah, the gun went off.
260 Stop! Get out!
Where the guy says, "Get the hell off me."
Yeah, and his gun goes off, and then he said, "I shot." If you don't know what's going on, you think the officer got shot, but he shot his weapon.
All right. Okay. One more point to this. It's got to be on this. It's got to be on the second body worn camera with no audio. So you don't hear a shot there, but you're saying that you've seen another video that has a shot in it that must not been released on Copa that somebody else has?
Yeah, I took this video early this week.
I would say it's a doctored video, my friend. I pulled this directly from Copa. I now looked at there's about 35 of these videos. Like every cop that came to this scene afterwards, they've got their video camera. They got it from start to finish. The only audio of the occasion is here, and you can't tell where the shot is. But let me show you. There is an indication where you can tell where that shot or what was going on. I might have to bump this real slow. All right, so the vehicle's moved here. The officer that wasn't getting dragged is actually being dragged away from the officer's point of view as we see it here. Ah, damn it. Almost there. I might have to play real time. I can't stop it on it, but pay attention and see where the officer's right hand is when it comes out of the vehicle. And again,
it was on the side of that door.
One more time. Where's it at?
Side of that door, by the door wedge.
He's literally shooting him as he's coming out of the vehicle. You can see it. Why else would his gun hand be there? See the gun in his hand? It's exactly what I would expect. I'm shooting somebody as I'm falling out of a vehicle. And you can't say he's not drugged. You're watching him being drugged there, unless you say there's like how many feet an officer can be drugged before it's deadly force. I say 6 inches.
I'm looking at those brake lights as an indicator. When the brake light go off, the car's in drive.
Okay. The car wasn't in drive when he first engaged the person there because there's no one in the driver's seat. So if it was put in drive, it had to be put in drive by who?
By the driver, but his seat is on the brake because the brake lights are on. That's
Okay.
key to it.
All right. So you think that's true, but let's go to the vote. We're not going to get all our cases in. Let's go to Margot. True bill or no bill?
No bill.
Legend. True bill or no bill?
Sticking with no bill.
Kristen. True bill or no bill?
No bill, sir.
Amaru. True bill or no bill?
I'm gonna go with true bill.
Illusion. True bill or no bill?
I am staying true to my no bill.
You almost got me with that. You almost got me. That will be a 4-1. Big Ron posted up, no bill, no formal charges. Jason, real quick, we're running out of time. You want to give a quick scenario on this? What you think?
Justified. Just don't steal cars, obey commands, and don't get dead. It's really that simple.
Yeah, I think I would go with no bill on it, but I'll be honest with you, Amuru, the thing that convinces me most is how he's coming out of there. I can't say that I see a flash, but I almost think I do see a flash. But that's when the shot went off. You can't tell with the audio from his own personal because he's bumping around and he's fighting. What you do hear is the guy say either "get the fuck off me" or "get the hell off me." This guy wasn't. He was putting up a fight. He was absolutely resisting, and he resisted with force when he drove away in the vehicle, is my opinion. But I understand it's a hot topic in Chicago. If you've got that video, I'd like to see it. Let me see if I can compare that to an official release. If you're hearing a gunshot, I think somebody's added something to it.
I'll try to get it to you.
Now, I'd love to see it. I'm not being a smart ass with it at all. I would love to see that and see what the case is, because in particular with Chicago and a lot of agencies, I get direct releases. I get everything that is released. I get that, and COPA is really good. They give more than you want. We could do a whole 2-hour show on one COPA case. That's how much video they'll have on one shooting.
They got a whole bunch, trust me.
Yeah. And most of them are just like, it's not. That's no part to it. But it's good that they release it. All right, guys, we're getting down to the very end of this. What do you think, Big Ron? Should we do the 3D promo now? I think we should. Let's go to this is 3D response, folks. Jason, our expert witness, has been with us since the very beginning. We love Jason. He's really a co-host. We call him an expert witness. But he spent over 10 years, 30 years in law enforcement, over 10 years developing the school safety system 3D response. It is the answer to school shootings or any mass maniac that come into our schools and mean them any sort of harm. It's what the fire system is. The fire code in the fire system is to fires. This is what it is to everything else that can happen in a school. Roll that video.
Law enforcement is on the way. Law enforcement is on the way. Law enforcement is on the way.
I see you entering, take a right. You're going to proceed down the long hall, all the way to the end. You're going to go till the end where you're intersect to the classrooms. Keep going, I see you moving forward. Subject is held up in classroom 203.
Law enforcement is on the way. Law enforcement is on the way.
Folks, what you saw is a 3D response. It's actual training in a school that's been installed. They do it annually, but you saw real law enforcement officers reacting to a drill. The alarm that goes off is what would be heard. The buttons that anyone can push that's in the school when there's a threat there, and it gives them protection, locks them in essentially into a safe room. and keeps them safe until law enforcement gets there and is able to deal with the situation. And we could talk a lot more about it. Folks, we do an after party space. We'll kick it off about 20 minutes after the end of the stream. We've got just 10 minutes left in the stream, matter of fact. So I want to get to the last case, but we may not get a full decision, may not get a decision on this case at all. In that case, it happens. In that case, we will go to the space on X. We encourage everyone to join us. Our jurors, they have first choice at speaking positions, and we can actually discuss this last case in there if we don't get to the decision, which I don't think we will. But Big Ron, let's roll that last case.
Ma'am, you'll have to move back. Did you call? Can I get one more second? Drop it now! Drop it! Drop it! Drop it! Sir, let go of it! Let go of it! Drop it! Drop it! I'm gonna shoot him. No! You good with that? I told you to back up. Tell you to back up now. Back up. Now you are making the problem no back up. Hey, stop! 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 Back up! Stop fire! Stop fire! Stop fire!
We'll go as far as looking at some other pieces of the video, but we're not going to deliberate this one here. We're going to do it in the space. We don't have enough time, to be honest with you. Any part of that video you'd like to see again, or any questions that you have about I can tell you what the scenario was if you didn't read it.
That was a gun, right? And Sam?
The
That was
assailant
hard.
had a knife. The assailant had a knife. He had it was some sort of a domestic or verbal dispute or physical dispute. It was the initial call, but they said on the call when they asked if he had any weapons, said no, he did not.
Oh.
But he actually did. I think he had a box cutter. When we get there, and that's what we see is their interaction with him with the box cutter. The other person that's trying to restrain him is the person that he was fighting with upon arrival.
Yeah, that I could tell. Okay, thank you.
But that's out of New York City.
Oh, wow.
What do you think about that, Jason? Yeah, it's good that you probably hold your comment. It's recorded. Actually,
Don't
folks,
get dead.
we're going to end the stream about 5 minutes early because honestly, I'm out of that, and we'll get halfway through deliberations. But give us about 20 minutes. We'll kick up a space. It's great fun. If you haven't joined us, we encourage you that you do, especially our jurors. You guys are kind of like the star of the show in the space. Everyone's going to have comments about your deliberations, and they'll discuss the cases. So we encourage you to be there with that. And warm thank you for all of you guys, especially Land of Illusion, Amaru, not necessarily especially, but thank you guys for dropping and coming in here last minute and saving the night. Without 5, it's hard to do the show. But you guys spending the evening with us is a big deal. Big Ron, anything you want to say before we go? Jason?
Nope. Good show tonight, guys.
Nope.
Thanks for coming.
Nice
Appreciate
job.
everybody in the chat. Appreciate everybody showing up. Stay warm out there if you're north of me. Jason?
Yeah, I'm cold.
Take a bite of the crumb.
Goodbye.
Hey, now, my jurors, if you guys would have any parting words or anything that you'd like to put out for your causes, now's the time. Margot?
Yeah, we do North Carolina politics, conservative politics, Tuesday and Thursday at 8:00 p.m. It's called NC Political Tea. We do it live streaming through X, and I believe it's on Facebook as well. And we had it on YouTube, but they took it down. I do support the Punch Bowl as often as I can. I'm a host on Tuesdays. That starts at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time and goes till whenever Bishop tells us we're done. And we're starting to do North Carolina political spaces with candidates. And I think the first one was tonight. I missed it, but we'll be doing them from here going forward if you are interested in any North Carolina politics. And thanks for having me.
It's awesome to have you, Margot. I'm a big fan. And the Punch Bowl is that's epic. That's classic. The Punch Bowl on X has become a classic thing. I love it. Legend.
Yeah, I just I had a really, really good time here tonight, and thanks for inviting me in. And yeah, I didn't know what you had going on, and I really enjoyed that. So thanks for having me, and make sure that you stop by, visit California on 7 p.m. on Mondays and Wednesday nights at the California Patriot Project, and that's at CA Patriot PROJCT.
Appreciate you, Legend. You're another one I've been chasing for a while. I'm glad we finally got the time slot to work out. It's
Yeah,
great.
absolutely.
Kristen, anything before we go?
No. Thank you for all you're doing. This is a great experience. Glad to be here. It was really a great time, interesting, and yeah, this is exciting. Keep it up. This is great. Massive support for all this. So thank you. Glad to be here.
You're awesome for taking the time to do it. Amaru, any parting words?
Yeah, appreciate everything and everybody, and especially you for giving me the opportunity and, for this experience and, to put people close to real live grand jury. I appreciate this. Thanks.
Thank you, sir, for coming in on the final hour or the final minute and saving the day. Land of Illusion.
It's been great. I love this show. I think learning this stuff is amazing. I hope you do it for a very long time. People need to learn and understand. And I just want to leave with these parting words. As Jason said so eloquently, don't get dead. It's a great show. Thank you.
Don't get dead. That's a Jasonism for sure. Folks, I appreciate you. The thing that you and all of our viewers out there, the best thing you could do for this show is spread the word. We're growing organically. It's word of mouth. Let other folks know about it. If you know anybody that'd be interested in being on the grand jury, I do it every week. So I'm always looking for folks that are available on a Friday night. With that, catch us in the X after party space. Shoot me a DM or at me and get my attention, and I'll get you a direct invite. We'll see you guys. We'll see you guys in about 20 minutes.
Thank you.
An incarcerated individual's use of institutional telephones constitutes consent, and your calls may be provided to law enforcement agencies. Thank you for using Securus.